If you ask couples who have strong and abiding love what they like most about their partners, many will say when they're with that person, they don't have to pretend to be anything other than what they are. They're able to express themselves without fear of being judged or rejected. There is room in the relationship for both of them to be unique individuals. They are free to surrender to the vulnerability of true intimacy, to be known and loved unconditionally. So often when couples meet, we look to see how their love stories unfolded. You know the who, what, when, where, and why. In the perfect Christian world, they met at church and have known each other all their lives, and suddenly truly saw one another. But we all know that this world is everything but perfect. We all have our unique stories. I asked Brian and Denise about theirs with a series of questions about each other and this relationship. Do you think that their stories matched up perfectly? No. And this is life. First I asked, how did you meet? And for the sake of the story, just know that it wasn't church. Then I asked who approached who. Denise said she struck up the conversation, although she admits that Brian said that he noticed her. However, Brian assured that he approached her first. I also asked who asked who when it came to dating. On this, they agreed. They didn't ask each other out, it just kind of happened. One day they were kicking it, and then it made you want to change. You're not skipping nights out with the fellas because she made you. In fact, you aren't missing anything at all because you're happier now than you've ever been. Oftentimes, this is when you're doing things with her. She's not becoming distant from her friends because you're monopolizing her time. But now, the need to confide in someone rests in you. Almost everything that she wants to share, she will share with you. 20 years of being an English teacher, and I've recently learned that the words marriage, husband, and wife are not nouns, but they're verbs. In order to be a wonderful husband, a wonderful wife, and have a wonderful marriage, you must take action. Humans are like good novels. Until the very last page, you don't know how they'll end. Otherwise, it wouldn't even be worth the read. Brian and Denise, know that this is not the beginning of a new chapter in your lives. This is the beginning of a new book. That first book is already closed, ended, and tossed away. This new book is open, it's just begun. This is the first page, and it's a beautiful one. On behalf of Brian and Denise, I would like to thank you all for being here this afternoon, for taking the time and making the journey no matter how close or far, for all the effort that it takes, not only to be a part of this day, but to be part of their lives. Brian and Denise invited you here to this beautiful place to show you a glimpse of an important piece of their life. Throughout time, countless millions of people from many cultures, religions, and societies have gathered among friends and families to celebrate their love for one another and their commitment to each other. Each culture has symbols and rituals that celebrate marriage, from the Chinese tea ceremony to the Jewish tradition of breaking glass, a rich tapestry of traditions from around the world that symbolize the meaning of marriage. Today, we should try to remember that a wedding is a symbol, a heart, and all the commitments that Brian and Denise have made to each other, both large and small, in the days since they first met. What we are celebrating today is not the beginning of the marriage, but a marriage already in progress. This and a symbol of the promises that they will continue to make to each other throughout their lives together. Right now, I want you guys to step a little closer. Look at one another and remember this moment in time. Before this moment, you have been many things to one another. Co-parent, friend, fiance, but now you shall say a few words that take you across the threshold of life, and things will never quite be the same between you two. For after these vows, you shall say to this world, this is my husband. This is my wife. Nothing is easier than standing each and every day to create a loving, healthy, and happy marriage. Denise Nicole Badwin, do you promise to do your very best each and every day to create a loving, healthy, and happy marriage?
I do.
Please take hands. Taking the hand of the one who loves you is a powerful symbol of that unspoken bond. Please take a good look at your partner's hands so you may see the gift that they are to you. These are the hands of your best friend that are holding yours on your wedding day. These are the hands that will work alongside yours as together you build your future. These are the hands that when wrinkled in age will still be reaching for yours. This is the point in the ceremony when people usually talk about the wedding bands being perfect circle, having no beginning and no end. But we all know that these things have a beginning. Rock is dug up from the earth, metals are liquefied in a furnace at 1,000 degrees. The hot metal is forged and cooled and then painstakingly polished. Something beautiful is made from something wrong. Love is like that. It comes from humble beginnings, as made perfect by imperfect beings. It is the process of making something beautiful when there was once nothing at all. Or may I have the rings? Brian, place this ring on Denise's finger and repeat after me. Denise, I love you.
Denise, I love you.
You are my best friend.
You are my best friend.
Today I give myself to you in marriage.
Today I give myself to you in marriage.
I promise to encourage and inspire
I promise to encourage and inspire you.
you, to laugh with you and to comfort you,
To laugh with you and to comfort you.
in times of sorrow and struggle.
In times of sorrow and struggle.
I promise to love you in good times and in bad,
I promise to love you in good times and in bad.
when life seems easy and when it seems hard,
When life seems easy and when it seems hard.
when our love is simple and when it is an effort.
When our love is simple and when it is an effort.
I promise to cherish you and to always hold you in the highest regard.
I promise to cherish you and always hold you in the highest regard.
These things I give to you today and all the days of our lives.
These things I give to you today in all of our lives.
Denise, please place Brian's ring on his finger and repeat after me. Brian, I love you.
Brian, I love you.
I want to spend the rest of my life with you.
I want to spend the rest of my life with you.
I vow to love and serve. Or Denise told you that you tried it. All those promises that are unspoken matters of the heart, all those common things and more, are the real process of a wedding. The symbolic vows that you just made are a way of saying to one another, you know all those things that we promised and hoped and dreamed? Well, I meant it all, every word. By the power vested in me, by the civil servant form and the deposit I had to make to get this done, it is now my honor and delight to declare you husband and wife. Brian, you may now salute your bride with a kiss. It is my honor and privilege to introduce for the first time Mr. Brian and Mrs. Denise Miles.